and welcome back, where today we're going to be talking about We Love Sweets by HANABIE. And sometimes I wonder what you guys have got me listening to here. Okay, I'm going to review this as fairly as possible. Now, I should point out, actually, before I do review this, because I picked up on their most famous song, but I had actually heard another song of theirs, which was like a dating app song. However, I think this definitely is the one to talk about. This takes things to a whole different level. It's a very concise, short song, not even hitting 3 minutes, which you guys know I like. I like things like that. It mixes a multitude of different styles and keeps things fresh and original, which you guys know I like. It mixes the more intense and heavy with the kind of cute, sweet, and self-mocking, irreverent sort of things, which you guys know I like. So, there are a lot of things I like about this song straight off the bat. I have massive appreciation for any group who can approach music with this kind of level of sheen and yet so irreverently. Now, it's one thing to be irreverent, but that means nothing if you can't form a song out of it, and that is another place where We Love Sweet is so interesting. Yeah, okay, they're working around that core concept of talking about sweet food and confectionery and such like, but musically, what they start off with is a very heavy song. You got your screamo stuff really coming in. Again, I can kind of get behind the screamo here more because it's not that kind of scratchy kind. There's a real depth to it. It feels like there's actual energy being conveyed. I will come back to talking about that a bit more in a bit, but it's not like a massive problem for me, the screamo in this. But then it develops from that. You get a bit of a pre-chorus, and then you get a chorus, and you're thinking, oh, okay, here's the chorus. This is relatively catchy. What you don't realise is that really there isn't a chorus because that's never coming back. When we might be halfway through a 2.5 minute song, but we're still never coming back to that. We get out of that chorus, we get a half-speed breakdown where things eventually go into more of a rap feeling again. That rap itself develops into like a punk chant, and then we go back around to the sort of the screamo stuff at the end, which sort of finishes kind of how it began in that sense. It's a real journey. It flows well. Each of the changes feels like it really belongs. It comes in. You can feel immediately the infectious sense of fun. This is the sort of song where anyone who, you don't have to be a songwriter, if you've ever just sort of sat around and written a song with friends around a guitar or around a computer or a laptop or something, you'll know how this kind of song gets created. You just like, each person's like, well, what if we do this next? And what if we do that next? And because they're thinking about it naturally, having just heard what comes before, they write something that not only is different, but they kind of write something off the back of what they heard, so it does flow. This is one of those songs that felt it just came together. It felt like it came together feverishly, like it was written with a real sense of giggling energy. I really hope, I don't know, but I really hope this was written by the band themselves, because it feels like something that was just written in that kind of way, not something that would be written for you. Although credit, if a songwriter wrote this for them, credit, they did a good job of making it sound feverish. So I appreciate all of those things about it. And in that sense, I love it. But I do have to be honest. For me, there were some things that didn't work about it. I did feel that the reliance on the screamo stuff, I know that is something that they do as a group. To me, it did kind of suck a bit of the pace out of the song. This kind of screamo stuff worked a little bit better at certain points, but I think it could have been minimalized. I think it carried on like twice as long as it needed to at the beginning, and at the end I don't even know if it needed to come back at all, but it could have just been for a quick burst rather than that much of it. I don't think that added a lot to it, especially when there was a lot of creative ideas. Like I say, that chorus bit when it came in melodically, that was really interesting. The little high-pitched backing vocals between the screamo thing, that could have been developed more itself to have occasionally taken over for a few bars here and there rather than just being somewhat pushed back so much. The rap bit, the way that developed was really fun. I felt we could have heard more of that chant developing or something. Seemed that there was a lot of potential for developing some of the ideas that did come up that didn't really require the screamo bit being as round as long as it was. So for me, yeah, I felt that the song, although the changes were all very good, it didn't ultimately feel like it maybe capitalized on the parts that were best. It spent a lot of time hanging around the just being heavy territory, which didn't feel like the strongest points of a song that ultimately was very creative and flipping genres. That being said, though, you know, I'm naturally not as much into that screamo style as a lot of other people are, so there's probably a lot of people saying, well, actually, no, that's what we came here for, and the other stuff was just really clever, creative diversions. So if you're someone who is into that kind of screamo-led music to begin with, then this is going to be a really, really interesting creative detour for you. If you were just looking for something creative, you might still find yourself bogged down a little bit by some of those growl metal sort of tropes that maybe won't work as well for you. However, just judging it as a product of a group who seem to be relatively new, this was really fun, really creative, and it has that sense of an artist who, for all of the good things they can do, are enjoying doing it, and that is such a key quality to have. So yeah, I would definitely give this my approval, even if it's not one that personally I would come back to quite as much. And I will check out more HANABIE. Hopefully not too much of it is going to be like their dating app song, or at least the video. Like, I don't come to music videos for that kind of stuff. Alright guys, anyway, see you in the comments until I hopefully see you very soon on the next video. For now, ciao ciao.